Hello guys, and welcome to a new Steel Division 2 video today by me, Vulcan. Today I have for you a first look at the 7th Mechanized Corps, which is the first of 6 new divisions that are available in the Black Sunday DLC for Steel Division 2. If you'd like to read the description of the division, it's on the right hand side there. Feel free to pause. I'm going to be jumping straight in. So what I'm going to do is we're going to look through all of the units available in each tab, and then I'm going to throw together a quick division. Bear in mind that the division will be far from perfect, but just gives you an idea of my thought process with this particular division, and we can look at its strengths and weaknesses afterwards. So, Recon Tab. It has 2 1-slot recon cards, which is quite nice. It does allow you to bring in these T-34-76 Razvedkas. I don't think there's anything particularly new here that we haven't seen before. There's going to be the WLA DPs. Of course, the motorcycles, very fast. They have the very good stealth and the very high optics. Very high optics is matching like the 2-man squads, which is quite nice. The docile squads, do they come with any decent transports? Let's have a look. They get the BA-64B, and they also get the Carrier Razvedka, which has the Boys anti-tank rifle. Boys anti-tank rifle's not that great though because of the 500-meter range, so not a massive fan. But the BA-64B might be a fun one to drive around in. If it was a little bit cheaper, might be worth it. Carrier Dushka, you can get some of these with the Bren gun and the Dushka mounted on top of it. Motor Razvedka, these can come in the M3A1 Razvedkas. The standard Razvedka, they can arrive in some M2 half tracks. You've only got 12 in the entire division though, so you're going to probably want to spare them for something else. The Studebackers and these S5Vs are your transports. And then we've got the T-34, so yeah. Nothing crazy special in the Recon tab. Let's go over to the Infantry tab for the 7th Mechanized. We get some Sapari PPSH. They come 6, actually it's 8 or 9 in phase A, isn't it? Yeah. B, we get 12, and C get 18. I mean, bringing these in phase A with the Jeeps and going for sort of transport snipes at the start is kind of viable, but they lost their place once they lost the TNT that they used to have, unfortunately, so they're not as good as they used to be. Avtokomroti has never been too good because of the lack of availability, but in this case you get 4 in a card. That's actually pretty good for a leader unit. Yeah, these guys you get 4 as well. Okay, I think I'd, in this case, probably prefer to have the Staroki Komroti because you get 3 men instead of 2. And also, the Staroki Komroti do get the smoke, which is very good. It's nice utility to have. You get a card of Tanko Desarniki. Sorry if I'm saying the Russian names wrong. I struggle with the pronunciation of them just because of the inflections of the words. It's really quite difficult. These are forced to come in with M2A1 half tracks. That's interesting. You can either bring them in with half tracks or no transport at all. So they're not going to be good for rushing down your enemy at the start of the game. Probably want to bring them in the M2s rather than the M2A1s. The M2A1s, no, actually they're only 10 points, so 50 cal for 10 points is pretty nice. That could be a good starter unit actually. Staroki, standard Staroki, nothing new here. Mosin Nagants, DPs, they can be brought in, Studebackers and other transports. Normal stuff, that's good. Then we've got some Avtos. These Avtos, again, can come in all the other transports. Limited availability on these. Jumps from 12 to 24 in phase C though. Sapari. These are nice because they have decent mid-range engagement with the SVTs, and then at close range they can use their TNT. So that's pretty good, but nothing new particularly. Then we have some Staroki DP. Staroki DP, these guys don't actually have SVTs. They've got Mosin Nagants. And the DP, like machine guns there and PTRDs, so they're not as good as they used to be. SVTs have gone bye-bye. And then we got the Staroki with SVTs separately. And then we got the Tanko Komroti. So this is interesting how they have like the Staroki DP with the 2 machine guns, and then you got Staroki with SVTs as a separate unit. Right, over to the tank tab. We've got the Matilda. Cool to see the Matilda. This is a new unit in the game. It's modelled really well. It looks awesome. Like it a lot. Look at that. Beautiful. Doesn't go very fast. 18 km/h speed off-road. 25 km/h speed on-road. Decent front armour. 75mm penetration on its gun. 2-pounder's not going to do too much. It'd be great for transport sniping in certain situations. It's just nice to see it in the game. It looks cool. It can certainly have some presence for transport sniping. It's only 30 points as well. Bear that in mind. The Su-76I is available as well. I believe there wasn't really many of these made. It was basically a Zis-3 mounted on... I believe somebody said like it was a Panzer III hull or something. Yeah, interesting little beast. Comes with the Zis-3 105mm penetration and the HE shells there. The HE shells do have some decent damage, so that's kind of nice. Only 55mm to frontal army though, which is kind of odd. But well, I wouldn't say it's odd. It's just kind of terrible. It's not very good. Might be good for ambushing from cover. I would say that would be its best role. We can actually bring these in with 2-star veterancy. That might not be a bad idea, actually. It could be pretty good. Roll them back and forwards in light cover. Oh, not bad. You can also get leaders of them as well. One has a different number on the side there, number 28. Right, as for the T-34s, nothing special here. We've seen these before, and the KV-1S and the T-34 76 1942s. Cool. So basically just sort of medium armor for the most part, with a couple of self-propelled guns. Right, support tab. Mechanizi, of course, the 2-man flamer squads. Maxims, you get 4 cards of Maxims. You got some 76mm infantry guns. You got the SG-43s, and you also get a card of the Dushka. Further down, we do get a card of the Su-152s. They look very, very nice with that camo. They come in with the 1-star veterancy base. So that's going to be quite nice for supporting infantry. And you also get a card of the Su-122s. Now these could be pretty good with high veterancy because of the heat shell, which allows them to kill enemy armor quite efficiently. If they hit, that is. But the base accuracy is 40%. So with a couple star veterancy, you can get that over 50%. So, you know, first shot, you're pretty likely to hit. M2 combat, you get the normal combat, and you get the M3A1 combat. Not really sure what the difference is there, just a little bit of armor, I guess. Yeah. So you probably just take the infantry leader for this one. Okay, anti-tank. We got the PTRS in here. There's going to be the 45s, the Su-76, and the Zis-3. Again, nothing special really. We got the Su-85s, but we do have 2 cards, in fact, of the ISU-122S. I think it's the 352nd rifles that have these. Yeah, there's like one other division, I think, that has access to the ISU-122S. And these are very good. They got the 200mm of penetration, which is very nice for breaking down things like Panthers and Tigers from a distance. Still will struggle against the King Tiger, but actually if you manage to sneak it up close, this can penetrate a King Tiger, and there's not many tanks that can do that in the game. So yeah, that's actually really nice that you can get these. Definitely going to be taking both cards of those. The anti-air tab's pretty lackluster, just some 37mm. You've got the M15s in there as well. It looks like this has a different camo to usual. That's cool. Has the chalk kills on the side there. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. It might be new, but yeah, interesting. Then we got artillery. Let's see what's in the artillery tab. So we've got the artillerists, we've got the Visivod, standard stuff. Got the F-22s, 3 cards of F-22s. There's 3 cards of 82mm mortars as well. Get some motorbike mortars, you can get some Katyushas, SU-76s, 120mm mortars, so mostly mortars and light guns. But look at this. We can get KV-1Es. They're bringing 203mm off map. Pretty badass. And it has an operational gun. But usually when you see these, when you have these tanks, they don't have an operational gun because they just have like a radio in the turret or something. But in this case, you can still shoot stuff as well. And it has 2 machine guns. That's pretty impressive. It's a nice tank. After you use it up, it's off map off, you can actually use it in battle as well. That's cool. Like that a lot. Okay, over to the air tab. We got the PE-3R here, Recon. And then we got the PE-3 BIS aircraft. These fighters are really, really bad. They don't have really enough front-facing guns to be effective. And their turrets are just kind of not that effective. I mean, turrets on airplanes just aren't that effective anymore, unless an aircraft is really damaged and you get a crit on it. But yeah. Get a P3 BIS with two 100kg bombs. This might be quite nice for sniping AT guns, actually. Like a little dive bomber. Get the P40. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you get the P40Ns. Very nice. And that also includes the ace for this division, Denisov. Yeah, these are cool. They got 6 Browning 50 cows, which is awesome. Lots of firepower. Certainly going to be shooting things down. And with the 1-star veterancy here, you can get a very good agility. You even go to excellent agility. In some ways, I kind of want to just bring in this card of him in phase A with excellent agility, and then just like a normal card of P40s otherwise. And you can get 3 of these in phase A. Pretty nice. Right, then we got P2s. These actually have some interesting payloads. 2 250kg bombs and 4 100kg bombs. That's going to do a lot of damage, actually. And then you get the ones with the 4 250kg bombs as well. Now these, you can get 2 of them in phase A. Pretty good, actually. And then there's the rocket PE2s, and these have 10 frag rockets. Right. Defense is pretty standard, of course. Okay, well, a lot of units that we've seen before, for sure. But this division feels like it could have quite a bit of a punch. You got some decent infantry, supported by some solid medium tanks. So it could be like a fast and furious early game division, but you could also probably build it balanced with the ISU 122Ss. If you sort of brought these in the late game to back you up. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I want to build it as. I think we'll go for balanced. Probably the easiest battle group to make. So we'll go with that. So the Recon Tab, we probably want these T-34s. And we'll bring them in phase A. And probably want a Karla Razvedka. I'm going to bring them in normal Studebackers, because I want to save those M2 half-tracks. That's pretty much going to be it. It might not be enough, but yeah, I'm going to rely on that. Right, Infantry Tab, we want these Tankos, and I'm going to be bringing them in with the M2A1 half-tracks. I think that's going to be pretty handy. If you make this half-track 3-star veterancy, it's going to do a lot of work. And those Tankos are already 1-star veterancy as well. Other than that, Stroki SVT or Stroki DP in phase A. I mean, the Stroki SVTs are probably like better, but it might be a good idea to save them till later. They put them in like C phase. And I'll probably put a card of like Sapari in phase C as well. We need leaders in phase A, which are going to be my Stroki Komroti. The fact you get 4 of them in phase A is really nice. could just do like normal Staraki in phase A. Just do like a couple cards of normal Staraki. We've got Tankos. Don't want to use the Sepali PPSH, they're just outclassed by most things. We could do normal Staraki. Save ourselves some cash. Because I don't think the Staraki DP are worth the extra machine gun now. And I'd rather have the submachine gun for the close range engagements. So we'll do 2 cards of Staraki in phase A. And I don't want these in the M2 half tracks. We want them in Stubbeckers. And then we probably want 1 card in phase B, which I'm probably going to make some Sapari. Okay. It's a little bit tight on infantry, but if we get to the late game, we're okay. I mean, I think we probably need more in phase A, but I can maybe add it in the support tab. Let's go for tanks. I want to try out the Matildas, so we'll bring them in. I'll bring those in phase A, and we'll bring these in phase B upbedded to 2-star veterancy. I think that could be interesting to play around with. As for leaders, we could bring in some leader tanks. Bringing these in at 2-star veterancy is pretty nice. The KV-1S would be better, so we'll bring those in. And then we'll go for 1942s. So, in phase A, we're going to want some for sure. Phase B, we're going to want some. Phase C, are we going to want some? And I can get a lot of T-34-76s in phase C. Like the 1943 variants. Yeah, we'll probably leave it at that for now. I feel like I'm spending too much points on this. Let's go support tab. Definitely want my Ognemachiki in phase A. I'll bring them in with, I think Jeeps are faster than motorcycles. Motorcycles are faster. Let's do motorcycles then. I could bring in some machine guns. Kind of tempting. Maxims are cheaper. I think I'll bring in some Maxims in phase A as well, just to make up for the lack of infantry. We definitely want our commander. I probably want to make sure I have my infantry guns. And then we want the SU-152s and SU-122s. I don't think I need them in phase A. I think I'm going to bring those in phase C and these in phase B. This is this is a really odd division. The way in which you have like a lot of cards available. Maybe I'm just putting too much in. We definitely need these. I think 1 in A and 4 in C might be the way to go. Because if you end up against anything early on, you're going to need something to take care of it. And that is going to be the ISU-122. Then again, do we have anything? We don't have anything Panzerschreck-wise, do we? We could do this, actually. Bring those in phase B and then do SU-70 or SU-85s in phase A with 2-star veterancy. These are good enough to pop things like Panthers and stuff, so I think we'll do that. And then I'll probably bring some AT guns. Anti-air is probably just going to be 4 of these in phase C, and we'll have these upvetted with Dushka trucks. Yeah, we'll do it with Dushka trucks. Actually, no. Tell you what, we're not going to do Dushka trucks. I never find them useful anymore. They used to be that I would like use them as sort of fire support for my infantry, but I kind of feel like I'm always just wasting 10 points on it. So we're not going to do that this time. I'm going to bring up vetted 37mm. We can make 3-star veterancy. We get 4 M15s in phase C, which can back up our ISU-122s. Artillery, I definitely want these. We'll do phase C. Get 3 of them. These Su-76s will be very useful for killing tanks in the early game with sort of close range radio shots. So I'm going to use these. I don't have much in the way of infantry leaders. We could add some Visivod there. I don't think many of these are worth it. Like the Katyusha's probably not worth it in this division. I would like to have some smoke. So something like the WLA would be pretty nice. But using like 4 more points would leave us light in the air. Okay. I probably want to bring in these guys. I think 2 100-kilogram bombs is enough to kill an AT gun. Not sure. I mean, honestly, it might be better if I bring in the P283s, just because then I have a bit more oomph. And you get the same amount of availability, which is quite significant. Oh, these increase from 1 to 4 in Phase B. Alright, let's do these in Phase A, these in Phase B. And then we'll grab card of fighters. We definitely need a card of fighters. They don't really increase in availability too much. We'll just do 3 fighters in Phase A. And then Visivod Phase B. I really don't like using that card for that. Yeah, I'm not sure. What could I drop to get 2 cards here? So I definitely want mortars. I think using these is probably best. And we have smoke from the Su-76s actually. Maybe we don't need the mortars. This mortars fire faster. We'll bring some mortars. If I'm going to do that, I'm actually going to bring these in Phase B. And I'm going to upvet them with a 3-star veterancy. That makes their rate of fire increase. Alright, now we just got to kind of min-max this. Taking out the T-34-76 Radvedka in the Recon tab would allow us to get more leaders later in the game. I don't know if that's worth it. I think it might be. We will do that. Okay, there we go. And that is going to be my 7th Mechanized Corps battle group. There you go. Interesting. So it looks like it's pretty strong in the sort of late game. There isn't really any particular big weakness other than the reliance on the ISU-122s. As long as you can keep the ISU-122s alive in this division, I think it can be really, really strong. Because you have an answer to the Axis armor, which can be a problem. The price of the off-map in Phase C is going to be a little bit of a problem. I think maybe this could even go Juggernaut, and you could... Honestly, this could be a really strong Juggernaut. If you built around using T-34s, Thrauki, and that off-map in Phase C. Yeah, that Juggernaut could work pretty nicely. But as a balanced, I think it's quite good. You've got the Su-85s for anything strong, like a Panther or a Tiger in Phase A. Matildas for transport sniping. You've got the T-34-76 1942s for some strong medium tank support. and you got plenty of infantry. So you got the Tankos, the Starkey, the Ognemachiki, Maxims, and infantry guns. Phase B infantry is a little bit worrying for me. Not much to choose from in Phase B. I mean, I guess I've got more tanks. I've got the SU-122s if I need them. It looks okay. It looks okay. I might mix it up again at some point, but for now, I think I'm going to leave it at that. So there you have it. That's the 7th Mechanized Corps. I'm quite excited to use this division, especially to find out how effective the Matilda and the Su-76 can be. And also jumping into like 10v10s in the future and wiping out some King Tigers with the ISU-122 would be fun. Nice to see that they'll probably be used a little bit more with this division, because the other division, I think it's the 356th, they're never seen. Nobody ever uses them because they're not very good. But in this division, the ISU-122s are supported so much better. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very, very interesting division to use. I think it's going to suffer against super heavy divisions still, but it'll put up a good fight. This will be fun. All right, that's it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that first look at the 7th Mechanized Corps. Very interesting division. Has a few new toys to play with. And yeah. So look forward to one of the first Romanian divisions in Stir Division 2 next up. That's it for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.